I think that journalists and journalism is going through a period of transformation right now. If we are talking about journalists in general, in some places they are persecuted. In other places, like in the US, we have a president who does not like the press. And so there is confusion in the mind of the audience about what is real news, what is fake news, is there too much opinion in the news. And so I have been in this business 43 years, and I can tell you that I have never seen journalists feeling so down as today. Because not only do they have to deal with a lot of change in their profession, learn new things, at the same time, the public sometimes questions them. The public doesn't trust them. And so my advice is, as I said in my presentation today, the story is what it's all about. And if your story has all the facts, if you have talked to the pro and con, if your story, you have done the debate and you present everything, that's how you should live through every day. Be truthful, present two sides of the story, and then the truth will come. I think people will then judge your articles for what they are. I would not let any of what is happening get me down, especially change. Change is good. If I were a journalist now in my 50s, I would say, what can I learn that is new so I can tell my stories better? Now, for designers, the task is a very interesting task because designers have been known all along for the aesthetics, the typography, the color. We make things look good. Right now, the role of a designer extends not only across the platforms. You have to design for the phone, for the tablet. One, small, the tablet is bigger, the desktop is bigger, the print is bigger. How can you be an expert in so many canvases? If you were a painter, you're painting on small frames and big frames. At the same time, you have to learn the new technology, and you have to learn the whole idea of user experience. It's not just that it looks pretty, it's not just that it looks attractive, are people going to be able to navigate from here to there quickly? That is also the role of a designer. And also designers becoming more like journalists, because if we're going to do the type of stories that I'm talking about, where you mix the words with the images, the designer has to be aware of what the words are in order to be able to put the right visual images. For publishers, for the managers, very challenging times, because I think that you have to deal with the technology that is new and changing every 6 months. How can you, with declining circulations, with less money and fewer people, do more? When I'm saying you have to do one version of the story for the phone, another one for the tablet, well, and in many newsrooms you are working with 30% fewer people or 40% fewer people. So I'm asking you to do more with less, number one. Number two, the morale, sometimes, because of reasons I said earlier, journalists are not happy. And they have to do sometimes 10 hours of work a day because their colleagues are not there anymore. So the manager has to be an inspiration. The manager has to be a teddy bear. The manager has to understand technology and at the same time constantly trying to see how can we make money. So the good managers, to me, are focusing on new products. How can we not sit here and cry about what was, but start thinking about what could be? And the best thing that these managers have is the brand. Whether you are the Süddeutsche Zeitung or whether you are the Saarbrücker Zeitung, a local newspaper, that's the best thing you have for you. People know your brand. How you extend that brand, that's going to be the challenge of the managers.